Bandwagon Buffs, man. Hell of a game. 2 win for 500. BWB. Bandwagon Buffs. That's right.
Buff Nation, what up? BWB, my bandwagon buffs. What it is, what it does, and what it's gonna be. It's your man's Harry Billion. Welcome to the Liberian Perspective. Please do me a favor and smash that subscribe button. Make sure to give me the thumbs up. And don't forget to hit that bell notification so that you can get the videos as soon as I upload it to YouTube. All right, family, I gotta go ahead and get into this video real quick, so that's all the business I got. You know what time it is. Let's work. Colorado has lost a couple of recruits that have been committed to the university for a while. They decided to decommit from their commitment to the university and Coach Prime. This is not the first time, and this is definitely not going to be the last time that we have lost a commitment. In this video, I want to talk to you about why. So let's not waste no time. Let's go ahead and learn about the current decommitment, and then we'll come back and I'll tell you exactly why that is happening. So let's go. All right, so this article is written by Hayes Fawcett. 4-star wide receiver Winston Watkins Jr. decommits from Colorado. 4-star wide receiver Winston Watkins Jr. of Fort Myers, Florida, First Baptist Academy announced his decommitment from Colorado Sunday afternoon. The 5'11", 185-pound had been committed to the Buffaloes since January. Watkins sent a statement to On3 regarding his decommitment. First off, I want to thank God for everything He has been to me in my life. This recruitment process since 9th grade has been quite a journey so far. Secondly, I would like to thank Coach Deion Prime Sanders, his wonderful staff at Colorado for showing me a beautiful culture and a wonderful fan base in Colorado. This was a tough decision to make, but after long talks with my dad, I have decided to decommit from the University of Colorado and open up my recruitment. Colorado will still be one of my top schools. I just want to study every college that is recruiting me and continue to pray that I am making the right decision that I feel is best for me and my family on National Signing Day in December of 2024. No more commitments until National Signing Day in December 2024. Signing on the line. Winston Watkins Jr. Winston Watkins recruiting profile. Watkins ranks as the number 69 player according to the On3 industry ranking, a weighted average that utilizes all 4 major recruiting media companies. He also taps in as the number 11 wide receiver and the number 10 player in the state of Florida. He currently has an On3 NIL valuation of $140,000. So something that he said that was not in this article, I found in another article. He was asked by Rivals.com about his decision, and he said, I didn't want to limit the opportunities I already have because when you're committed, some schools try not to talk to you. Watkins Jr. told Rivals.com, I have a lot of schools I want to make sure I'm still good with them because I don't know if Prime will still be there when I get there. This now marks the second time he has committed to a school and backed off, as he was initially pledged to Texas A&M before flipping to Colorado when Sanders was hired. Coach Prime's name has been floated around as a possible candidate for the Texas A&M job, which is now open following the firing of Jimbo Fisher. So that's a little bit of a takeaway. Now, we all know that Coach Prime is not leaving Colorado because we know his character. He's made a promise. I wrote an article on the communities page, and I basically said in that article that while Stephen A. Smith and many others encouraging the idea of Coach Prime taking the Texas A&M job, you get the coach in the SEC. That pretty much comes with an immediate offensive line. You got as much money as you need to recruit as much as you want. You have a robust recruiting base, and you don't necessarily have to fight as hard to get linemen or whatever pieces you need to have a winning team right away. Coach Prime's word to not just Rick George, but to the fans. His words to the fans matters to him. He's already said he is a natural fixer, and this is a challenge for him. You can go to the NFL or the SEC where you get a well-oiled machine where they don't necessarily need you. You pretty much just have to coach. He can do that. Or you can take on a challenge like Colorado where things are not perfect, where you don't have the best recruiting. It is up to you to bring in the recruits and to do your best to try to turn that around and make that a winning program. If Coach Prime does that, that'll be more fulfilling for him and his personal agenda, his personal modus operandi, than just going through a system that's already there, that's already built and ready to go. It's a personal challenge. So I don't think that Coach Prime is going to take this job. Some people are speculating that he's going to leave. We, the BWBs, we know better than that. So now let me tell you guys this. This is is obviously my opinion, but it's a responsible opinion. I don't throw players under the bus that decide to decommit from the university. I don't do that on this channel. One thing that we got to be mindful of is that if we are creators and we that follow the team make these videos, we are part of this process as well. So we cannot vilify anyone that decommits or commits to the university, all right? No matter their position, no matter their reason is theirs. We have to be just as responsible as anybody else that is committed to this process of Colorado's growth, all right? If we say we are fans, then be true fans. Don't be undercover haters. Don't put stuff out there, because these children, I call them children because I'm a grown man, young men are making life-changing decisions that's going to change their lives forever. Whatever school you commit to, whatever school you play for, whatever group of people you attach yourself to, that's going to be the group that you're going to be with for either 4 years or until you decide to get up in that transfer portal. And we got to remember that these families, they watch our videos, and sometimes what we say on these channels can influence the decisions that these young men and their families make. So that's why I'm very careful on this channel to make sure that I'm responsible for the words that I use when I'm talking about these commits or the decommits. Now, with that being said, I want everybody to understand that we are currently in season. All of the teams are on display. These are all showcases. Every game is going to be a showcase. I want the base to understand the simple fact of the schools that you are committed to, they're going to be on a showcase until you sign on that dotted line. And even after you sign on that dotted line, the transfer portal is still there. You can leave. National Signing Day is right around the corner. December is almost here. You're going to be getting a lot of commits. Real soon is going to be real for a lot of people. Everybody's listening. Everybody's paying attention. You are evaluating these teams on a weekly basis to see where you finally end up. Where you end up committing to for Saturday games, it is very crucial to where you end up playing on Sundays. Very crucial. I want the fan base to understand that. I know if you go on Twitter and you read some of the comments, people are expressing their feelings. They're saying certain things like, if you don't want to be with us while we're down, then don't come back while we're up and we're kicking butt. That is not the mature approach to take when it comes to recruitment. What do you think the transfer portal is for? That's exactly what we're trying to do. We're trying to build this team heavily via the transfer portal. So if you're trying to build through the transfer portal and a player that previously decommitted from your university or from your program is a beast and they show back up in that transfer portal, you cannot allow feelings to get in the way of business. People have to understand that we can't allow feelings to dictate the business decisions that we make or that Coach Prime makes for this team. It's business. The young men are making business decisions, and so is Coach Prime in the university. You got to take feelings out of this. You got to take emotions out of this. We all have to be careful, we the creators and the people that are also commenting on these videos, because the young men are watching the videos, the parents and their friends and coaches are watching these videos. So if the fan base is going to vilify the young men when they either decommit or decide to open up their options, it's going to make their decision even harder. Some of these young men are still saying, hey, I want to open up my recruitment, but Colorado is still going to be top on my list. So that means that there's still a chance they come here. I wanted to say that because it's very important that we as the fan base stay classy. We stay classy because it's business. We're all in this together. Play your part, play it responsibly, and play it with class. Because your response can cause a young man to tweet the date of the game of the school that he finally gets to when they play Colorado, Taylor, Upshaw. We can't play that game. It's a game overall, so we have to play the game to win. You must understand that we play a part. I know a lot of y'all don't see the fact that you play a part. When we see other commits or young men that left the program go to other school and they start to excel, then we can't come back and say, well, look at what Coach Prime did. He should have made sure that he kept that recruit. I mean, you can't have your cake and eat it too. Talk poorly about the young men when they decommit and then say at the end, oh wow, they're a good player, we should have done everything, or Coach Prime should have done everything to keep that young man. But you don't know that your negative comment could have played a part in the reason why some of these young men decide never to come back here at Colorado. With that being said, listen, Colorado is on a losing streak. There's a lot of narrative. There's a lot of things you can take away from this. Sometimes parents, previous coaches, and the young men, they're going to try to make decisions. I want to go somewhere somewhere else because this team is losing. I'm not saying that's the reason why Watkins Jr. chose to go to a different school. Winning is infectious. Nobody wants to be on a losing team. It's hard to accept. Young men are going to make decisions based on winning programs. That's just how the game is played. Colorado has a lot of great receivers. You got Travis Hunter, Jimmy Horn Jr., you got Xavier Weaver. Running backs also catch the ball. So at the end of the day, what does it boil down to? Am I going to play when I get to this university? Am I going to have chance to play right away? Now, if you don't feel like you might have chance to play right away, then you can make a decision to either leave and go to a school that'll give you an opportunity to play right away. You also got to remember that other coaches are continuing to recruit. Other coaches are going to still be knocking on that door, get you to change your mind. Coach Prime, they're doing the same thing. The recruiting department, they're still going to be doing their job to make sure that they land the best players that they can land. That's one of my favorite parents in sports, all right? LeVar Ball right there, one of my guy. Regardless of what you think about him, I admire that dude for sure. If a young man decommits from your program, does not mean that that's it, because the recruiting department will continue to make an effort to try to get this young man into that program. They'll keep trying until they can't do anything else. Now, my personal opinion is this. I'm looking for linemen, all right? That's just how I feel. Colorado has a lot of wide receivers, and wide receivers come by the bunch. At this moment in time in Colorado's journey with Coach Prime, linemen are my priority. This has nothing to do with Mr. Watkins Jr. I want some of these big guys. You see this big number 73 right there? I want more of those guys that can really ball out, like seriously. That's what I'm looking for Colorado to go out and get. As you see, these games are very close, and you see that Colorado is sticking in there with a lot of teams that are ranked. You know that it's only a matter of time before things turn around for Colorado. When things turn around for Colorado, it's going to be a sexy recruiting place for a lot of commitments, and you will see that thing turn around. All they got to do is just put it all together, and next you know, everything's going to go boom. That's just how it works sometimes. That's what I had to say on this video, so I'm going to see you guys on the next video, okay? All right, family, that is all the information that I have for this video. Hope you got a little something out of it, and if you did, please help this channel grow by smashing that subscribe button, but I'm going to have to leave it right there. You know who I am. I'm Harry B, and that right there was the Liberian Perspective. That's TLP Sports Club. Brah.